some good old B flat. That might be it right there. Just the good old one minor chord, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's it right there. Now, the key with any guitar VST that's like not old is velocity, bro. A lot of them are like velocity sensitive. The other thing is making sure it's actually kind of played competently the way like a guitar would be played. Like it would be really difficult to like spread the notes out and stuff. It's also helpful to think about that like when you're making melodies in general. Like don't do things so dynamically insane because like no instrument would be able to replicate that unless it's a synth, which is kind of different. So I'm just thinking, what notes do I want to accent? And those are the ones that are gonna have like higher velocity. Right, but it's being strummed on the 4 though, so maybe we could do something like that's hard. Okay, cool. And then we'll voice those. Is that too dynamic? Okay, so I'm just gonna like simulate some overdubbing, which is kind of like a guitar workflow that I've learned. It's kind of like over processing, but basically I'm just trying to like mimic 2 recordings of the guitar so that I can print that to audio and then kind of have that have a little bit more interesting of a texture. So they're already panned away from each other, but now I'm gonna just kind of move the velocities and stuff like this so it can kind of simulate it being a different recording. So I'm really just gonna like control click a bunch of them and kind of shift them off grid one at a time. And then we can also probably just like somehow like slightly randomize. Do that. Not really. Yeah, just tweak that ever so slightly. Boom and boom. I just want to basic stack it. Yeah, maybe too much on that high pass though. I was trying to explain this through like a community post on YouTube. I was trying to say that the way sample makers compress the effects they use is kind of like what gives it unique color. And what I meant is that a lot of them put compressors at the end of their like effects chains, which like shapes the dynamics that are added by the effects in a way that gives it like interesting new colors because of the way the various compressors that they choose to use add color. All of them have different algorithms and they all do slightly different things, which is why like a lot of them won't reveal like exactly what kind of compressors they use or the exact order of their chains, because that's like where a lot of the sauce comes from. But it's like nothing too complicated. You just like add your effects. If you'll look, there's like a lot of dynamic range, just like literally looking at the distribution of like the decibels here. So what we can do, and I can literally hear that too, so what we can do is like reduce the volume. And then there's this free compressor, which is MJUC Junior. It's like really, it's free and it's really dope. And you just turn it up until you literally see it start getting compressed. It's like nothing too complicated. I like to set it on fast like this, and then I'll just add some makeup gain, and that really just tames those dynamics. And it also adds this like interesting color into the melody that wasn't there before. It's like really dope. I just love that. there's a lot of instances in mixing where you'd want to have your compressor pretty much be the first thing. Maybe like equalizers would be the only thing coming before compressor in a lot of cases, and you'll see a lot of engineers do that. You'll hear a lot of people recommend doing that in a lot of cases. I think that's more so very traditional when it comes to mixing vocals, but even there, I'd wonder how useful it would be to actually start putting compressors at the end, or maybe like putting a compressor at the beginning and then putting a compressor at the end. But it's very interesting the way the compressor interacts with all the effects being enacted at the end of the chain, if that makes sense, as opposed to at the very beginning. Again, I'm like really looking into like compressors and clippers right now, simply because I didn't really realize how much color and how much extra harmonic stuff and like melodic stuff you can do. I'm gonna do like a separate video on it once I've studied a little bit more. Could we octave this? Maybe. Okay, that's hard. I'm about to go for a walk and then I'm gonna come back to this. I just gotta get some sunlight. It's beautiful out there. The 14 drum kit has a bunch of sounds for my placements and TV syncs too. Now I'm not entirely sure why you don't have it yet, because it's free. And besides that, it's lifetime updates, and those are 100% free too. And you get access to my 14 letter, where I send you free gems on how to actually make money with your beats by being a valuable producer. So here's a nice list of a bunch of other perks you'll get so that we can just get back to the cook up. If you're interested in the sauce, peep the link in the description below. We have beautiful guitar melody, and now I want to do lead melody, and I'm about to use something. It's not gonna be stock, so it's tough, but I'm gonna try to use something free so we can keep the theme. By the way, BBC Symphony Orchestra is a really dope VST. It's free, but it used to be $50, so it's like really valuable. So if you want like some really dope orchestral sounds, it's actually a really good VST to get. So definitely check it out if you haven't checked it out before. Yeah, I like it lower. It adds that nice texture to it. We could syncopate the horns with that little strum that the guitar does by just like double hitting that note right there. So now I'm about to just shape it around the guitar. I tweaked it just a little bit, and I want to show you some of the things I did. It's mostly just like dynamic control on each of the individual element pieces. So I showed a lot of the effects we had on the guitar, but it sounds a little bit more punchy and clear because outside of all these effects that I added, I took off this like free compressor, which is just like a hard limiter than anything. And I just wanted a limiter with more controls basically. And since I understand a little bit about dynamic control and like compression and all that stuff, I just added a compressor with these settings. I think, yeah, the ratio was I tried to set it at 4, it's 3.9 with an attack of 4.12 milliseconds, a release of pretty fast release. I wanted it to kind of like let go really fast. So that's it for the guitar. And then for the horns right here, I just kind of like took took out a few notes here and there. These are all the effects, pretty much everything. I already had the RC20, already had the Lux Verb reverb and stuff like that. I already had the Gobs Room reverb preverb, which you can get in the March Madness kit for free. Link in the description below. But really, it was the limiter and compression settings actually. So similar settings for the compressor, and then I set just a limiter ceiling on it. And again, so I was using the free compressor, and I kind of switched over because I just wanted a lot more control over everything. And then getting into those keys real quick, because that's something I added kind of off screen. It's literally just some dyads played at the end of every 2-bar sequence. It's literally the same dyad for the entire 8-bar sequence. So I'll let you see it really quickly. Oh yeah, and I forgot, it only comes in for the first 2 bars actually, and it just like adds this dope kind of like call and response between all the instruments. The guitar is also playing at half speed. It's just like super dope the way it got arranged, so I'm really happy about this entire melody. I also did add a little bit of like radiator and a little bit more EQ on the convolution send from the melody bus. And then I think that was pretty much it for all the extra effects that I added. So from there, I exported it and then pitched it. And so here's what it sounds like. And also I turned off the master effects when I exported it, so it wasn't like getting clipped. Anyway, let's listen to this final melody real quick. I love that part, bro. So that shit crazy. So once I got done with that, I really got to thinking. I was like, I could go crazy with the drums, but we've done a couple of drum programming guides at this point, like 2 really dope ones back to back. So definitely check out the last drum videos. They're super fire. But then I was like, what if I send this to a homie? Because it was something I kind of wanted to collab on. And then I was like, I remember my bro, Rob Chillin, who's a part of Dope, has a really fire channel and makes amazing videos. And on top of that, bro is a drum programming deity. So I was like, I just pitched the idea basically, like, would you be down to do like a collab video where you finally like stop gatekeeping and spill the beans on what you be doing in the drum programming? And he was like, sure, send me the loop. I sent it to him. He said he just finished working on the video actually. So I'm about to DM him and let him know I finished my part of the video. I'm gonna send it over to the GOAT, Kofi. We gonna get this mug done and we gonna have it out in a little bit. So by the time this drops, Rob's video will done. Check it out down below if you want to learn some incredible drum check it out down below if you want to learn some incredible drum programming gems that I haven't even told you, and if you want to learn from an amazing producer who really cares about getting better and cares about you getting better, cares about making amazing beats, and cares about contributing to a community of really dope, like-minded, success-oriented, progress-attracting music producers. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you over there because I will definitely be in the comment section all over those engagement metrics, subscribing, dropping a like, showing him all the love because he's about to give you some gems. Anyway, I'll see you there. I love you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate your attention more than you could ever understand. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.